Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just gonna go through my outlook for this week, just to kind of talk through the pairs I'm gonna be looking at for the upcoming week. I've not posted any videos for the last 2 weekends, I believe. For the last 2 weeks, I've just been super busy on the weekend, so I just not had time to sit down and actually do proper analysis. I mean, it's probably a good thing too, because the market's just been like really choppy, especially for like my style of trading. It's just been really choppy. All the pairs for me have just been in, like, a lot of the pairs have just been in some nasty ranges. And for the ones that actually, I mean, we have been seeing like a big impulsive move occasionally, and you know, luckily I was able to piggyback off of a couple of the moves, but it's just been super slow. So I don't know if you guys have been having difficulty in the market, if you're trend traders, but if you have been, you know, it's this is where risk management and discipline comes in. So you just need to be really patient, wait for the clear-cut opportunities, and just trade the only the very clear opportunities. So anyway, I'll get into the pairs I'm going to be looking at this week, and yeah, talk you guys through it. All right, so here on CADCHF, so this is an opportunity I missed this week. We had this impulsive break in structure, this structural level here. All right, if I just point it out, so yeah, so we had this impulsive structure break here, having that shift, creating this lower low, and then we pulled back into the broken structure here with rejection. So I was looking to get interested in an opportunity here, but I missed my entry signal. So what I'll be waiting for on this pair, if it does happen on the lower time frames, I don't know, maybe the 4 hour or the 1 hour time frame, all I'll be looking for is just like a slow, choppy kind of accumulation phase, whether it's in the form of like a correction, so something like this. All right, so if we start to see some kind of small correction, I guess similar to this kind of trading activity here, or this type of trading activity here, if I do start to see something like that, I mean, I guess this area here is a good example, because we had that impulsive break in structure here, and then we had that slow correction, right? This would probably be a better entry on like the 1 hour time frame or something. So if I just jump to like the 1 hour time frame, yeah, so kind of around this area, right? So we had that impulsive break in structure here, right? So we had that kind of nice kind of ascending structure just there. It was broken impulsively, all right? So we had that impulsive break, right? So we had that nice little corrective pattern there. We had that impulsive break, and then we had that flat correction, and then you saw that next impulse, right? So what I might look for is something very similar to this, right? Some kind of accumulation for a couple of hours, couple of bars, find a nice bottom, find a nice top, and then I'll probably try to enter as close to the top as possible, right? So what that will look like for me in actual trading is, let's say if we were to start correcting right here, right? So what I like to see is a bottom being formed, right? It can do whatever within here, right? Then I want to see a top being formed, do whatever in here, and then if it comes close to that top again, then I'd look for my entry around there, right? Somewhere around here, and then just look to that continuation, right? And then obviously if I do enter, you know, my stops will go above the correction, and then just target a lower low, right? Just target structure. So that's what I'll be looking for on CADCHF. If it does set up like that, then I'll be happy. If not, then I'll probably just count it as a missed move, right? EURGBP. So on this pair, if I just jump back to the daily time frame, right? So we've been in a downtrend for some time. Yes, this price action here is like ridiculously choppy, so messy price action here. But then more recently, we broke out. For the last 2 weeks or so, we broke out into some clearer price action, right? Yes, we went ahead and created a higher high, but then straight away we came and created an equal low, and then subsequently created a lower low, right? And then on Friday we closed off here with this nice rejection candle of the previous broken support level. So if I just jump to the 4-hour time frame, I already got my entry signal here on the 4-hour time frame, but it came at market close on Friday. So if market opens without, you know, it may gap up or it may gap down, right? But assuming it opens right where it is, I'll probably give it a few hours to kind of just settle down, and then I'll probably go ahead and take the trading opportunity. I don't typically like to take trades on a Sunday, but you know, I'll give it some time to do what it needs to do, and then probably go ahead and look for the entry. What that will look like for me is I'll probably, and if it opens where it is now, I'll just place my stops just above this rejection, give it some room to breathe, and then initial targets will be previous lows here, so kind of around that level, and then further targets will just be a lower low, right? So something like that I will be looking for on this pair if it does set up, right? I mean, it already did set up, but if assuming it opens where it is on market open. So yeah, so I'll be interested in something like that. EURJPY. So on this pair, what am I looking at, right? So if I just jump back to the daily time frame, right? So we're currently forming this level of support, and we have this huge rejection wick here, but we didn't break structure, right? We're just kind of stuck in this little range. So for now, sells are still good for me. I'll wait to see if it does set up and how it sets up, right? But what I like to see is an impulsive break, right? Impulsive break of this previous support level. Nice, strong impulsive move, correction back, get some rejection, and then look for continuation. GBPAUD. So this pair, I'm just waiting to see if price kind of pulls back into this little correction here, right? So we had this little area of consolidation, just the highs of this consolidation before the breakout. That's the level I'm looking at, right? So we had this impulsive break higher after this area of consolidation. Alright, so if I just jump to the 4-hour time frame, it's a little bit clearer on the 4-hour time frame, right? So I'm just looking at this area, this messy price action area, right? So I'm just looking at the highs before this impulsive break, right? So the impulsive break for me happened or started right here. So on this candle is the first candle to break and close above the highs of the range, right? And then the move kind of continued from there. Yes, we did form this area of correction right here, and then we had this impulsive move, right? So I'm also interested in that blue line level, right? So just the highs before that impulsive break. We did almost come back to the blue line just there, right? It didn't quite get there, but it almost did. All right, so I'll pay attention to what price does if it gets to around that level. But the trading level for me, the best trading level for me would be this level here, because that's just, you know, it's probably going to take price. It's probably going to take a lot of effort for price to get back beneath this level, right? So this is a clearer area to trade for me. So that's my preferred level to trade. But if the trade does set up around this blue level, I'll also pay attention to it. And then obviously, you know, price could just push on from where it is now, or it could just crash lower. But you know, that's what I'll be looking for, right? So I'll be looking for price to kind of pull into this blue level, see what it does, and then look for trading opportunities there. If that level does not hold, then obviously I'm just going to wait for price to push in lower here, get some rejection, and then look for continuation there. GBPCHF. Right, so on this pair, we currently had a shift in structure, right? So we had here, right? So we had lower lows, lower highs being formed. So we had this nice little trend line being formed here. And we had that impulsive breaking past this structural level just here, right? So I'll be looking for price there. I think price is kind of already sitting at the level, right? So price is currently there now. Don't particularly like how price came back to the level. Although it doesn't look like a 50% level for me. I'd like to see at least a 50% pullback on price. So just pull from the lows to the highs. Yeah, so it's more at the 38.2 level, which in theory is better for the start of a trend, because you know, typically if price is going to move, it typically just pulls back to that 32 level, 38.2 level, and then carries on, right? If it's a strong trend beginning to start. But I don't know, and you see, I don't really like how price got to the level, so I typically like to see a slower correction to the 38.2 level and then look for that impulse, right? So if price kind of pulled back to the level, you know, like really slow and really choppy, you know, if it took its time to get back here, then yeah, I'll probably be more interested in the 38.2 level, right? But price kind of came back, you know, a little bit impulsively, right? So I'll probably look to trade off of the 50% level, which would be this, just around this consolidation area just there, right? So the highs of that level, that's a little bit more interesting to me, so I'll wait to see if that happens. I just want to be super careful with how I'm trading the markets because of how things have been for a little while. So I'll just be patient on this one. Yeah, I'll just be patient on this one. Wait to see that slower kind of corrective move back to the 50% level, get that rejection, and then look for continuation. All right, GBPUSD, jump back to the daily. All right, so on this one, I'm just looking for price to kind of pull back into this little area of support here. All right, so we had that liquidation. Price, you know, everybody was probably looking to go long at this area of support, right? You have this area of support just here, right? So price obviously liquidated all those stops and then pushed higher, creating a higher high, right? So we broke structure just there. So I'm waiting to see if price would pull back into this previous support level, right? So I just want to see that pull back into the level. I'm not sure if it's going to do that because we already kind of had that impulsive move, but I'm going to be really patient and just wait to see if it does set up, right? So hopefully we just kind of see price pull back into that level, get some rejection at the level, and then I'll look for that continuation from there. Price very well might just continue from where it is now, and if that does happen, then it's all good. So we have, it's not really that clear, but if we just pretend that this is your little trend, right? So if price does kind of continue from where it is now, I'd like to see a strong signal of intent for it to continue. So has to break past this high, which would be the structural high on this forward time frame. So I'd like to see that impulsive break there. Slow continuation, correction, get rejection kind of around the broken structure there, and then look for continuation, right? So I'm only going to do that if price impulsively continues from where it is now. Otherwise, I'd like to see price just pull back into this area of support, right? This area of support here, get rejection at that level, and then look for that continuation from there. NZDCHF, jump back to the daily. All right, so this one's pretty simple, right? So we've been in this downtrend for some time, right? For a couple of months, right? But then recently this week we had this break in structure, right? So we had this nice clear impulsive move, creating a higher high, breaking past these structural highs just here. So I just want to see price kind of pull back into that level. If I just jump back to the forward time frame, right? So I want to see price pull back into this level here. All right, hopefully get some rejection at this level and then look for continuation. All right, what I think might happen, just looking at this here, right? So just this area here, that probably looks like the 50% level for me. Let me just pull a fib. Close enough, yeah. So I'll probably be more interested in trading off the 50% level. If I do get an entry around here, right, I'd probably want to see price do a liquidation of that 50% level. So I'd probably want to see price kind of, if it pushes into my trading level here, which is the previous structure highs on the daily, I probably want to see a nice quick wick, liquidating any stops and all that stuff. So a nice big rejection wick, pushing lower, and then I'll probably be more comfortable trading off of this level. If that does not happen, I'll probably just go with a wider stop on this trade if it does set up. Alright, so if I do trade off of this level, I'll probably go with a wider stop here, probably just beneath this area of consolidation here. Alright, and then obviously target the previous high. It needs to be at least 1.5 to 1 for me, for that initial TP, and then future targets of a higher high, right? So something like that. So it depends on how the trade sets up. Preferably I'd like to get an entry at the 50% level, right? If that does happen, then that's the better trade for me. If it does not, if it sets up at the 38.2 level and it doesn't have a big kind of liquidation grab, then I'll probably just trade with some wider stops. All right, NZDJPY. So just jump back to the daily time frame. Right, so this one's very similar to the NZDCHF opportunity, right? So we were in this downtrend for some time, lower highs, lower lows. We had this shift in structure here, right? So we had on this candle here, this is a structural high for me, right? So yes, I mean, we could also look at this high here, but this is a more important high for me. Right, and you can see price already kind of pulled back to that level and it tried to tap in, right? It almost got there, but not quite. And then we had that move higher. It's probably clear. Let me just jump to the forward. Jump to the forward time frame. It's clear on the forward time frame. Right, so you can see there we almost got back to the level. Just here, I think it missed it by like a pip or two. All right, but we didn't quite get there, right? So all I'll be looking for is for price to kind of pull back into the level. All right, that's where I have my alert set. So I just want to see price kind of pull back into that level right there, get some rejection at the level, right, and then look for that continuation on. All right, if it could continue from where it is now and just start to, you know, continue to push higher or just crash lower, but this is what I'll be interested in. And then the last pair is just NZDUSD. There's no trade on this one. This is why I have it highlighted as red. I just want to continue paying attention to this area of consolidation I identified. Still kind of stuck within this this range, but more recently started to make higher highs and higher lows within the consolidation, right? Previously it was just a flat consolidation around this area, and then here it started to kind of push into kind of a little bit more structure, right? So just want to keep it on the list, see if we get that impulsive breakout, so a nice strong impulsive move higher, and then I'll probably just look for that continuation from there. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I'm looking at this week. Not really many things on the list. I just want to kind of try to keep it clean and simple, only trade the really clear-cut opportunities just because of the way that the market has been. Yeah, so if you made it this far, as usual, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe, and if you think these videos would be of any use or, you know, benefit anyone, or think people might gain some value from it, then obviously just feel free to share the video with them. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.